What's going on, shifters? Welcome back to the next episode of Shiftin Stories. What do we got going on today? We have another book review and yet another classic. We have Fahrenheit 451 by none other than Ray Bradbury. And who is Ray Bradbury? Ray Bradbury was another one of these classic American literature writers, very prominent in the 50s and 60s. He came out with a lot of different books, but definitely Fahrenheit 451 is his most well-known novel. And of course, we have some special items here for you. We do have the fireman's helmet. If you notice, there's something a little bit different about this helmet. It says the number 451 on it. And what does 451 mean? I guess you're just gonna have to read it to find out. But we do have other items here. We do have a baby dinosaur, also known as a salamander. This is the logo of the firemen in the novel. Little baby dinosaur salamander. And of course, we do have our obligatory pack of Newports that comes with every video. And I do not have my copy of Harmony and Chaos, which is my own novel, because I might have sold it, maybe, just maybe. And so if you haven't checked out Harmony and Chaos yet, it's on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. It is a very high quality, character-driven, non-linear story about a group of mercenaries being led by a former Spetsnaz sniper named Commander Eris. And let me tell you, this book is full of trigger warnings, and it's pretty insane, and it's pretty funny, and it's pretty dark, and it's all over the place. Check it out, Harmony and Chaos, on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. All right, so let's get started, shall we? With our review of Fahrenheit 451. So, 3-part video, as always. Some of the parts might mend or blend together, because that's just the nature of the beast. And so we have the overview, and we have the summary, and we have the philosophical elements or ideas surrounding the novel. So here we go. Fahrenheit 451 overview. We the reader, we the people, we the reader are introduced to a group of very strange individuals. Well, strange in a good way and strange in a bad way. The most strange thing is the setting, okay? So if you don't know already, Fahrenheit 451 is a classic dystopian novel. And the setting is pretty much about illegal materials, illicit goods, illegal items. No, I'm not talking about cocaine. I'm not talking about heroin. I'm not talking about meth. I am talking about books. Yes. In this story, books are illegal materials. And so we have these various organizations called firemen. Now, firemen are not firefighters. So if you think of a firefighter, there's a fire in your house, and what does the firefighter do? The firefighter is supposed to go and put out the fire in your house. As a matter of fact, I think we're driving by a fire. They go to the fire station right there. Y'all see it? Y'all see the Woodland Central Fire Station. There they go right there, ready to put out all your fires. If you burn your chicken in your kitchen, okay? So in this story, we are dealing with firemen, okay? But instead of putting out fires, they freaking have flamethrowers and they spray flames and fire everywhere. But not really everywhere. They go to your house and they go to burn those illegal books that you're not supposed to have, okay? So we have firemen who are tasked with the burning of books, because in this society, books are illegal. And we focus on one guy in particular. His name is Guy Montag. And Guy Montag sounds like a very hairy Frenchman, but at the same time is also very romantic, but will also smack you with a croissant if you try him. And so Guy Montag is the main character of the story. He's one of these firemen, and he takes a lot of pleasure in going to houses and burning up all these books. So not only is it his job to do that, but he takes great pleasure in doing so, okay? That's kind of the overview. Let's meld the summary together. So Guy Montag, fireman, burns houses. One night he's walking home from work and he runs into this very curious girl, and her name is Clarice McClellan, okay? So Clarice is the 17-year-old girl, and she's very lovable, she's very charming, she's very curious, she's a little mischievous, and her whole, her whole character is kind of she serves as I don't want to call her a plot device, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but she's the character that kind of develops Guy Montag into this questioning individual. Because Clarice, she questions everything. She questions why things are the way they are. She pays attention to the little details of life. And so in the setting, it's all about instant gratification, fast happiness, and there really is no such thing as true human emotions and true subjectivity or true feelings. And so everything in the setting is about, who could be the fastest, who could be the loudest, who could be the craziest, and who can have the most kind of just fast fulfillment. Clarice is not like that. She slows down and she pays attention to the flowers and the butterflies and nature. She looks up at the moon, she looks up at the stars. And so she's very intrigued by life surrounding her. And Guy Montag finds this fascinating. And so there's a really cool father-daughter interaction between the two. And kind of this this questioning thought or this questioning attitude starts to get Guy in trouble. And that's kind of the summary of Fahrenheit 451. And I did my best not to spoil a single drop, because some of you haven't read it. And by the way, it's a super short read. And I mean super short. It's less than 200 pages. You can finish it in one sitting, you know, at your favorite local coffee shop as you drink a bottle of Guinness in your favorite local coffee shop. Ah, here come the cars. But that's the setting, that's the summary, and now I want to go over some of the philosophy surrounding the book. So, Fahrenheit 451, it is a dystopia, and it makes you think of a world where knowledge, critical thinking, and kind of personal experience, all of these things are frowned upon. And it makes you wonder, like, wow, sometimes it feels like we live in a world where that very subjective, very personal human experience is no longer relevant. Like, we live in, you know, a world where social media wants our attention. You know, it doesn't matter what the app is, it doesn't matter what the program is. Everyone is fighting for your attention. Hell, even including me, right? And so it's like this very scary reminder that we should learn to embrace our humanity. We should learn how to be vulnerable with each other, because in the story, Montag and his wife is very awkward. It's very awkward interactions between Montag and his wife. I mean, they don't even remember when they met. They don't remember how they met. They don't remember why they met. And it's just like this very, very like non-personal, very awkward. Everyone's addicted to the TV. It's just like, man, it's so weird. It kind of makes you feel awkward, you know? And it's kind of scary that way it seems like society either is heading in that direction or we are already in that direction. And this book came out in the 1950s. Bear that in mind, 1950s, okay? So that is wild to have that kind of future insight, freaking, oh my God, what is it, 70 plus years later, that society can start to have these similar ideas and these similar kind of interactions that just happen in the setting. And so it's really scary and it's very insightful. And yeah, man, it's you definitely gotta check it out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments though. Is society heading in that direction where we become insensitive to each other, where we become just completely oblivious to our feelings, completely oblivious to how we interact with each other? And that answer is probably yes. And I'm probably speaking to the choir. But are we 100% there? Are we there on the Fahrenheit 451 level, where it's just completely separate from the human experience and what we live out in reality. So has the human experience been separated from reality? Or has the human experience been separated from like this very fast instant gratification life, if that makes sense? Anyways, guys, this has been the review and conversation about Fahrenheit 451. Super excellent short read. You gotta check it out. And this has been CW Marco here on Shifting Stories. And we will shift in next time.